Hi everybody, my name is Tommy. You're joining my YouTube channel called Growing Old with Tommy G, where this 50-something is going to share everything that I'm experiencing from here on until I get really old. And that's what this channel is about. I've been thinking about this for the longest time now. I've been wanting to talk about long distance relationship. Long distance relationship, especially when you're 50. When you're a silver single like me. Does it really work? That's the question. I'll give you my first-hand experience, of course, my humble opinion on the subject, and then my expectations on a relationship. Alright, let's get started. I want to share some quick stats with you. Quick stats that I got from a Google search. I think this was, I'm going by my memory, but this was from longdistancerelationships.com. But just Google it. I chose 6 quick stats that I think might be helpful to some of you. Number 1, 4 to 5 months is the average time before a long distance relationship breaks down. So close to half a year, right? 40% of all long distance relationships ends with a breakup. 40%. Success rate of 60 is still pretty good, I think. The third bullet item here is 70% of all failed long distance relationships fails due to unplanned changes. I did read the article, but I don't know what they meant by unplanned changes. I could not remember, but that's one of my chosen quick stats. Another quick stat is 125 miles is the average distance in a long distance relationships. That's quite a ways. From here to San Francisco is about 50 miles. So it's probably halfway to LA. 1.5 times is the average number of times couples visited each other per month. So about twice per month is the average number of times couples visited each other. And then finally, 14 months is the average number of months before couples expect to move back together. 14 months. Alright, so those are quick stats. On to my relationship. Relationship is built over time. There are many actions that we take to build a more meaningful relationship, to make a relationship stronger, and that is by spending kind of like, a close proximity, in my opinion, with each other. I prefer that I travel with my prospective partner, right? Someone that I'm pursuing. I travel with them, and I share my life stories with them. It'd be nice if I can have dinners with them or lunches with them or just go out with them, right? Every once in a while. That they're there, that there's a presence. If it's not every day, at least 3 times a week, right? Or 4 times a week maybe. To me, that's building a foundation of, a relationship, right? But the question that I've had for the longest time now is, can we really build a foundation when the relationship is long distance? Can we be close with someone? With someone of a prospective partner that's miles away, a different time zone. I pursued a couple of long distance relationships, one in 2014 and then one most recently. And both failed, right? Just how did I get into these relationships? I travel solo most of the time to my favorite destinations. I've got a list every year and I travel solo. Often I prefer the beaches of Southeast Asia. So my destinations would be, like say, beaches of Thailand, the Philippines, Pacific, Hawaii. So those are my favorite kind of destinations, and being a solo traveler, you get attracted to a lot of other solo travelers or the locals, right? I think there's a syndrome of like the summer lover syndrome. If you're an 80s kind of person, you'd probably relate to this. But this is a movie that I saw when I was a kid. It's called Summer Lovers with Peter Gallagher and Daryl Hannah. I think I was living that every time I go on vacation, and I was kind of like have become that kind of person that I always fall in love with someone when I go on vacation. When I go back to the States, I kind of date them when I was traveling, and then I try to sustain that when I get back to the States by contacting them by Messenger or FaceTime, just use of technology, right? But I find that I can't sustain that. I find that I still, I want the proximity. I want, the fact that I'm able to hold someone, or I want someone to be there in front of me and tell them a story, right? So it's been very challenging for me, but I wanted to try it. I tried it. And going back to that quick stat, my last attempt on a long distance relationship only lasted, I think, 5 months. There's a saying in Filipino na bato-bato sa langit, tamaan wag magalit, right? So if you're watching this, I'm just really being honest about my feelings on long distance relationship, and kung matamaan, please wag magalit. So mga best, sobrang hirap talaga ng long distance relationship, right? Do you think, does it really work? Because I know a couple of my friends that are making their long distance relationships work, and they seem to be working because I see their posts. They announce how in love they are with each other. Pero sa akin, hindi ko ina-announce. Kasi until I'm really, really sure about someone, and then I propose to that person, and I really say to that person, and I did say to that person, na official na tayo, right? Until that happens, hindi ko talaga ma-accept na, or hindi official, in my opinion, na mag-on kami. But I tried. Pero syempre, merong testing stage. All right. So, yun lang, sobrang mahirap. Ang experience ko lang sa yung communication, right? When I'm about to sleep, it's wake up time in the Philippines. When I have to be up at 5 a.m., I have to keep chatting on someone in a different time zone. I was trying that for the longest time. Pero ang hirap talaga. I cannot sustain it because, waking up at 5 in the morning. So, ang punto ko lang, ang hirap ng long distance when the time zone is so, the gap in time zone is so drastic. Like this is 12,000 miles. When it's, I think, when it's right now 9 o'clock in here in the States. Alexa, what time is it in the Philippines?
The time in Philippines is 12:15 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah, so there you go. When it's 9 o'clock here, it's noontime in the Philippines. So, people are just like up and about in the Philippines around the time that I'm about to sleep. So it's very difficult talaga. Ang hirap talaga. Pero sa totoo lang, kung nanonood ka, I tried my best. I really, really tried my best. Yun lang ang may papaalam ko sa'yo. Going back to my experience, right? Hindi naman ako yung selosong tao. I'm not the jealous type. So, I don't think of what my prospective partner is doing in another country or where they are living. I don't. It doesn't cross my mind that they're doing something funny. Because it's not that I don't care, but I think I am more confident, right? I believe I have a lot to offer, right, as a person. So I wanted to trust that prospective partner, and I give that trust to the prospective partner. So I don't get jealous. It's not me. I've never really, have felt that way recently, especially when during my younger years, when I was in my 20s, I think it was natural. But when I became single in 2013 and started dating people, it's just one of those things that I don't feel anymore, that I don't get jealous. And it's also rare that I miss someone. Is that weird? Because my people that have gotten involved with me, that I've dated, they'll say something like, I miss you on a text, right? Pero wala akong masabi na I miss them too. Because I don't, Part of a thing that, I guess part of me being really sometimes very honest or brutally honest sometimes is, I just don't say, or I don't care saying things that I don't mean, right? So, when someone says, I miss you, I can't say it. I will just say, like, I'll put a smiley face, right? Or some emoji in the text. But that's all I do. When it's your family member, because you've built so much history, you love them so much, mamamatay ka for them, yun ang namimiss mo. So my family, when they say I miss you, I would say I miss you so much too, because that's my family. My nephews, my nieces, my brothers and sisters, my mom, my aunts, my uncles. Those are the people that I've built so much, like a really strong foundation of a relationship with. Not just because they're my blood relative, but we've gone through so much. So, totoo yung feelings, right? When I say something like, I love you or I miss you, right? But I can't say that to someone that I'm just trying to figure out if they're going to be involved in my life for a long time, right? So, yun lang problema ko ngayon is, why am I so single? One of my friends told me to just lower my expectations, right? Here's my expectations of someone, right? I want that person to be able to travel with me using their own funds, right? I want them to surprise me because I can travel to certain places using my my financial capabilities, right? Konting kaya lang. Or, be able to take me out to dinner, not me taking you out to dinner. And sometimes I just want to be made to feel special too, right? But that's a problem with age gap, right? So being 50, and if you're dating someone that's almost half your age or a little over half your age, right? So there's kind of like this expectation that you'll pay for everything. Kind of like, it's strange to me still to feel that way or to do that. But I'm a very generous person. I'll do it. It's just that sometimes, I think about it and I say, hey, why can't you just put a little something in there, sometimes. Alright. Yun lang. Kung meron kayong advice sa akin, please chime in. And then, expectations. I don't know if I can lower my expectations. They're very simple expectations, right? I just want them to have like a really nice goal in life. Maturity is number one. Job. Please have a job. And paano ba kung walang intimacy? Importante ba sa inyo yun? Okay lang ba sa inyo na walang intimacy? Kung nag-uusap kayo, anong pinag-uusapan ninyo? Do you FaceTime? Paano kayo, kung nagkakagalit kayo, paano kayo babalikan, right? Kung ano ba nag-away kayo, paano ka nagbabalikan. So, yung mga kaibigan ko nasa LDR, advice naman dyan, I apologize if someone that's watching this ay natamaan ng konting mga expectation ko. Sorry na lang. Pero sometimes inaamin ko na mayabang ako. Pero hindi naman po mayabang na palabiro lang ng konti yung yabang. Pero hindi dahil sa nakatira ako sa Amerika. Mayabang ako dahil noon pa yun. Tanungin yung mga kaklase ko sa high school. May konting yabang lang ng konti. Pero ano lang naman, joke lang naman po yun. So, kung kilala niyo ako talaga, alam niyo na palabiro lang ako minsan, may konting kayabangan, pero I'm a generous guy. I'm fun to be with, right? So, gusto ko lang yung mga expectation ko sa isang magiging kapartner ko na, katulad ko rin sila, right? Na they can travel with me using their own means. They have a stable career, nice job. I mean, it doesn't have to be a really nice job, but a job, right? Into fitness, kasi mahalaga sa akin na ang pagkain ko, nasa diet ako, no? Mahalaga sa akin na pareho tayo na kinakain para naman, madisiplina ako, right? So you're into fitness, you have the same kind of discipline when it comes to eating, right? You like family. So yun lang po ang gusto kong relay because it's been bugging me for about maybe 3 months now, and I've been wanting to talk about it. Maybe some of you have some good advice for me. I'll take it. I'll take whatever. And hopefully, hindi pa huli, kasi 50 na ako, so hopefully hindi pa huli, at meron pang ibang good prospects. Yun lang po. So, sa lahat ng mga nanonood, maraming salamat po, at sa mga hindi nakakaintindi ng Tagalog, kumuha po kayo ng girlfriend or boyfriend na Pilipino para mag-translate kung ano sinasabi ko. Salamat po sa inyong lahat. Happy Labor Day, everybody in America.